All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NCAA football picks and props for Tuesday, October 31st slate of games. Take a look at that leaderboard, Trey. Starts off.
Yeah, and I am 1-0 on my Saturday picks. That's because I gave out a pretty easy winner in Oklahoma State -7.5 against Cincinnati. They absolutely beat the crap out of Cincinnati by a score of 45-13. They scored 34 unanswered points at some point during this game, around the end of the first quarter through around the mid of the third quarter. It was just beautiful to watch.
Seth?
Yeah, not a good pick on mine. I was so hot until Trey said something.
You think?
Man, I'm not going to blame you, Trey, because I'm the one who made the picks, but I'm just saying I was hot until you mentioned it. But I made a stupid pick. Eastern Michigan looked good in their game against NIU, so I thought they had a real good shot against a Western Michigan team that wasn't playing good. I took them on the money line as underdogs there, and they got curb stomped. It was not good at all.
Yeah, and then Seth and I were 14-0 combined. Trey said a little something in the messages. Not his fault. We made the picks. I got cursed, though. I had UCLA -16.5 going up against Colorado. They were winning this game. They were covering the spread. Colorado, I even texted guys. I said, if after all of this, if Colorado backdoors me, I'm going to be sick. Colorado backdoored me. UCLA won the game by 10. Not only that, UCLA had five turnovers in the first half of the game, and they were still winning by 3. So UCLA was the far better team. They just made way too many mistakes. I still think the pick was good. Just didn't work out for me. So I'm not going to feel too bad about the pick, but I am going to get a winner today. Boys, let's take a look at the plays. We're only going to be looking at one game. It's MACtion time. Tuesday night MACtion is the best part of college football. It's the best conference in the world, and we're going to get a great game between two teams that have been running the MAC for 10-plus years. It's going to be Buffalo going up against Toledo. Toledo at home, -15.5. The over-under is set at 51.5. I love both these teams, but Trey, you're going to start us off.
Yeah, this game's going to be pretty fun and interesting to watch. Both teams, they've kind of had opposite seasons, though. Buffalo, they come this game 3-5, but are 5-3 ATS this season, and they are 2-2 on the road, though. But Buffalo, they come this game winners of 3 out of their last 4 games. In Toledo, they entered this game 7-1, but they are 3-5 ATS. They are undefeated at home, though, with a 4-0 record. In Toledo, they have not lost since dropping their opening game to Illinois by 2 points. And this play is a little juiced, but I'm going to be giving out the road team here. Give me Buffalo plus 17.5. It's at -144. If you guys think that's a little bit too juiced, I do not hate plus 15.5. So it's still a 2-touchdown spread. But I love getting the little cushion of 2 touchdowns and a field goal, because I don't think that Buffalo is going to lose by that much. Because like I said earlier, Toledo, they are undefeated at home, but they have not looked too good in those games because they've only won those games by an average of 35-27, so only winning by a touchdown. So I love that we are getting this 17.5 point cushion. And with Buffalo, their offense is slowly starting to turn around this season. Like I said, they're winners of 3 out of their last 4 games. So give me Buffalo here in this game. And they've kind of been controlling this matchup too. They've won 3 straight matchups against Toledo. So give me them here plus the points at plus 17.5.
Yeah, Trey, Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to be Toledo here at -13.5. Toledo's off to a fantastic start coming into this game at 7-1. Trey said everything about Buffalo. They have won quite a few games in a row, but they still have not been great this year. Toledo has the offensive and defensive advantage in this game, as their offense is averaging 34.8 points per game, which ranks them 23rd in the FBS, while the defense is giving up only 20.2 points per game. If Toledo's offense gets out to a fast start in this game, which I think they will make things very difficult on this Buffalo team to try to keep pace. On top of that, the biggest thing here is that Toledo is one of 21 current FBS teams that are undefeated at home. Toledo has been stellar at home this season, so I don't think they will have any issues with Buffalo in this game, as the Rockets offense should put it to the Bulls defense in this one, and the Bulls will struggle to keep pace with the high-powered Toledo offense. So just give me Toledo here at home, where they're undefeated, minus 13.5.
Yeah, Seth. I was a monster fan of Buffalo back in 2018, 2019 when they had Tyree Jackson at the quarterback. He was a monster for Buffalo. I think he went to the NFL. He switched from quarterback to tight end in the NFL. So if he's still in the NFL, he's a tight end. But ever since he left, Toledo's been the team I look at now, mainly because they score a lot of points. I love points. And their offensive coordinator, who was their offensive coordinator, is now the head coach of Pitt State, which is our hometown. So that's pretty cool. But I'm going to be taking Toledo in this game, minus 15.5. In their last game, they got a gritty win against Miami, Ohio, winning that game 21-17 in what will be probably the MAC championship game at the end of the season. It was a great preview of what we're going to get to see in the conference championship game between these two teams. But Toledo was held to 21 points in that game. They have the fourth best rushing offense in the entire nation, having 232.5 yards per game on the ground. And they have the 24th total offense in the nation as well, scoring 35 points per game. The defense this season's also been great. They are only allowing 20.1 points per game, ranking 36th in the nation. Buffalo, on the other hand, they haven't looked great. They started the season 0-4, but they really bounced back. They're 3-5 now. I just don't think they have any offense to keep up with Toledo in this game. So I'm going to take Toledo minus 15.5. I love Buffalo. I just don't think the offense is going to be able to keep up. So give me Toledo minus 15.5 as my play. Guys, let's go over to the player props. Trey, start us off.
And I was 1-0 on the player props as well, because I gave out Omarion Hampton over 103.5 rush yards versus Georgia Tech. And Hampton, he ran all over the Yellow Jackets in this game for 153 rush yards, and he torched them, and it was just poetry in motion. He got 29 carries in this game. It was just absolutely beautiful.
Seth?
Yeah, and I took Jonathan Brooks over 104.5 rushing yards. The only game he doesn't go over 100 is the game I pick him in. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there for Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, I went at 1-1 as well. I do know what happened in my game. Carson Steele, the transfer out of the MAC conference, is now at UCLA. He got in the doghouse early. He had one fumble. He got sat. The next touch he had, another fumble. So he didn't really get a lot of carries. He only had 10 touches. He still had 76 yards, but we didn't get over 98.5. If he wouldn't have fumbled, we probably would have crushed it. But it is what it is. We're moving on to today. Let's take a look at the plays for today. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to go over to a rushing prop here in this Buffalo at Toledo game. And I'm going to be taking Peny Boone to go over 112.5 rush yards against Buffalo. I really love this over for Boone in this game. A lot of attention in this Rockets offense goes to Finn, but in my opinion, Boone is pretty much the engine that makes this offense go, especially this season. Yes, Boone, he got off to a little bit of a slow start, but over his last 6 games, he's been red hot, averaging 132 rush yards per game, which is way over this number. And yes, like I said earlier, I do expect Buffalo to cover this game, but I do still think Toledo is going to put up some points, like Seth and Bear said. But I think their run offense is going to be what's carrying them in this game, because Boone, he is getting a juicy matchup against Buffalo, because the Bulls, they come in this game giving up the 21st most rushing yards per game this season with an average of 187 rushing yards per game. I just really love our chances for Boone to get loose here, and I think he's going to be eaten throughout this game. So give me Peny Boone to go over 112.5 rush yards versus Buffalo.
I like it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to stick with Toledo, and I'm going to take quarterback Dequan Finn to go over 42.5 rush yards in that game. Dequan Finn has been the key to the success of this Toledo Rockets team, as he has helped lead them to a 7-1 start, as well as leading this offense to average 34.8 points per game, which ranks them 23rd in the FBS in scoring. Finn is a dual threat quarterback that has hit this over rush in 4 games so far this season. But the reason I love his over here in this game is the fact that the Buffalo Bulls defense really struggles to stop the run. They are currently allowing opposing teams to rush for 187 yards per game, and opposing teams are taking advantage of this stat by averaging 34.9 rush attempts per game against them. I look for Toledo to be winning this game by a good margin throughout, so they will have a lot of opportunities to run in this game. With the struggles of the Buffalo run defense, I look for Finn to have some open lanes and exploit them, so I will be taking his over rush here in this game.
Yes, I like that one as well. For my player prop today, I'm going to take Cole Snyder, the quarterback at Buffalo, to go under his total passing yards in the game. For starters, Toledo's the 18th best passing defense in the nation. They only allow 183 yards per game through the air. That's perfect for us in this spot, because Buffalo not only struggles to move the ball, but they don't throw the ball a ton. They have a game here and there where they will let Cole sling it around, but more times than not, they try to run the ball as their primary offensive way to move the ball. I do think Toledo's going to be putting up a lot of numbers on this Buffalo team, but just because they score a bunch of points doesn't mean Cole is going to go over his passing prop. I will take the risk and trust the Toledo defense here to keep him under his total yards. If you look at the last couple games, he's only thrown for over 200 yards in one of his last 5 games as well. And this is the best defense he's seen over the last 5 games. So give me Cole Snyder to go under 192.5 passing yards in this game. Trey, throw up that graphic. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, I have Toledo at home where they're undefeated at minus 13.5. And then I have Toledo quarterback Dequan Finn to go over 42.5 rush yard against a Buffalo defense that does not do well against the run.
Trey?
Yeah, I took Buffalo plus 17.5 versus Toledo on the road. If you think that's a little bit too juiced at minus 140, I don't hate them at plus 15.5 either. And I also gave out Peny Boone over 112.5 rush yards against Buffalo. Buffalo's rush defense is not very good, and Boone's averaging well over this in his last 6 games.
Yep, I'm going to stick with Toledo, minus 15.5. Not going to move the line. And then I'm going to take Cole Snyder, under 192 passing yards, going up against a really good Toledo defense. But guys, that's going to do it for our NCAA football plays for Tuesday, October 31st slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,